Have you ever seen a creature so bizarre, so alien-looking, that you can't believe it's from our planet? Well, today we're diving deep into the story of one such animal, the Geoduck clam. It might look like something out of a sci-fi movie, but this strange-looking mollusk has a fascinating history and is one of the most expensive seafood items on the market. How did this peculiar clam from the Pacific Northwest go from being virtually unknown to a global luxury? Stick around because you're about to find out. For centuries, the geoduck, pronounced gooey-duck, was a well-kept secret of the Pacific Northwest coast of North America. Indigenous peoples, like the Coast Salish, had been harvesting and eating these giant clams for thousands of years. They were a sustainable and important food source, dug from the tidal flats with great skill. The name geoduck actually comes from a Lushootseed word GDQ, which means dig deep. And believe me, you have to dig deep to find these guys. They can bury themselves up to 3 feet in the sand and can live for over 160 years, making them one of the longest living animals on Earth. For most of modern history, though, the geoduck was largely ignored by everyone else. To commercial fishermen, they were just a nuisance. They weren't easy to harvest, and frankly, their appearance was a bit of a hard sell. Can you imagine trying to market this thing in a 1950s American supermarket? It just wasn't going to happen. They were occasionally dug up by recreational clammers for fun, but there was no real commercial market to speak of. The geoduck was a local curiosity enjoyed by those in the know, but completely off the radar for the global culinary scene. So what changed? When did the world wake up and realize this odd-looking clam was actually a treasure? The story really begins in the 1970s. This was a time when fisheries management was becoming more sophisticated. Officials in Washington state and British Columbia started looking for new, underutilized species to create economic opportunities. They conducted surveys and realized there was an enormous untapped population of geoducks living right under their noses, or rather their feet. The estimated biomass was staggering. Suddenly, what was once a local secret was now seen as a potential gold mine. But there was a problem. Who was going to buy it? There was virtually no domestic demand in North America. The texture and look were just too unfamiliar. The breakthrough came when they looked across the Pacific Ocean. In Asia, particularly in China and Hong Kong, there's a deep cultural appreciation for unique seafood with interesting textures. Fresh, live seafood is highly prized, and diners are often adventurous, eager to try new and exotic delicacies. The geoduck, with its crunchy, slightly sweet siphon meat, fit the bill perfectly. It was unlike anything else. So, a few pioneering entrepreneurs decided to take a gamble. They started harvesting geoducks and flying them live to markets in Hong Kong. The initial reaction was one of fascination. Chefs were intrigued by its unique texture and mild, clean flavor. It was perfect for hot pot, stir-fries, or sliced thin for sashimi, the long, trunk-like siphon, which is the most prized part. could be blanched for just a few seconds, preserving its signature crispness. Word started to spread through the high-end restaurant scene in Asia. The Geoduck wasn't just food. It was a status symbol. The demand absolutely exploded. Suddenly, this once ignored clam became a highly sought-after luxury item. Prices began to skyrocket. What was once practically free for anyone willing to dig for it was now selling for incredible amounts per pound in Asian markets. This created a modern-day gold rush in the Pacific Northwest. Divers, equipped with specialized gear, began braving the cold Pacific waters to harvest these clams. The fishery that developed is one of the most unique in the world. It's not about casting nets, it's about precision. Divers use high-pressure water jets to liquefy the sand around the clam, allowing them to gently pull it out without damaging the delicate siphon. It's a physically demanding and dangerous job, which is another factor that contributes to the high price. The supply is also carefully managed to ensure sustainability. Both Washington State and British Columbia have strict quotas and regulations to make sure the geoduck populations remain healthy for generations to come. This limited, controlled supply, combined with massive international demand, is the classic economic recipe for high prices. As the years went by, the geoduck's fame grew. It started appearing on menus in top restaurants, not just in Asia, but around the world. Celebrity chefs in North America and Europe began to embrace its unique qualities, introducing it to a whole new audience. TV shows and food documentaries showcased the dramatic harvesting process and the clam's unusual appearance, further fueling curiosity. The geoduck had officially arrived on the global stage. It had transformed from a regional secret into an international icon of luxury dining. Today, the journey of a geoduck is a marvel of global logistics. A clam harvested from the Puget Sound on a Monday can be on a dinner plate in a fine dining restaurant in Shanghai or Beijing by Wednesday. The entire supply chain is optimized for speed and freshness, ensuring the clams arrive alive and in perfect condition. This complex, expensive process, from the dangerous dive to the rapid air freight, is all factored into the final price you see on the menu. So, the next time you see a geoduck, whether in a market or on a documentary, don't just see a strange-looking creature. See a story of cultural exchange, of economic transformation, and of a humble local food that became a global superstar. It's a testament to how tastes can change and how a creature once overlooked can become one of the most prized delicacies in the world. All thanks to a combination of its unique qualities and the willingness of people on the other side of the world to try something new. And there you have it, the incredible journey of the geoduck clam. It's a wild story, right? If you found this fascinating, imagine what other hidden gems are out there waiting to be discovered. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next adventure into the world of food. See you next time.